Right, so in this video I'm going to try and show you how the best process of marking out straight lines for hanging wallpapers both vertically and horizontally. I've got a roll of lining paper here. Doesn't have to be lining paper, it can be any kind of paper that you're hanging. So, lining paper you normally cross line, so that will be a horizontal line that you're going to mark out on your wall. You have to assume when you're in a room that the other trades that have been in front of you have not done anything correctly. So, you can't assume that the woodwork's been put on straight, you can't assume that the angles here are straight. You have to make it so that you're marking off your own lines, then you know that what you're putting up is correct. So when you're marking out, get your roll of wallpaper, put it to the edge of where you're going to be hanging it, and then rather than marking it at the bottom, you mark it about 25mm higher. That will be your opening point. And then what you're going to do after that, you're going to get our spirit level. Everyone knows if you get the spirit level bubbles in the middle, that should mark it as being straight. So we're going to line that up, not putting it in the corner so it doesn't touch that angle, because if the angle there isn't straight, it might put the mark out. Get that all lined up. Mark out, nice sharp pencil all the way along to the edge. And then you continue that going across to the other part of the wall. Then you'll have your starting point for when you're hanging your wall hangings. So when we're hanging our wallpaper vertically, similar kind of process. Don't assume that your angle here is straight. Don't assume that this has been put on straight. So you get our roll of wallpaper, put it as high as possible without touching the area. Again, come in about 25mm, make a pencil mark. And then this time, rather than using the spirit level, because they can get battered and dropped around and the units in there can actually turn a little bit like that and give you a false reading, we go back to using the old tool that they used to have, and this is called a plumb bob and line. It's important with this that the string goes through the middle of the weight, because that way then it won't kick off to the side and give you a false reading. So basically what we're going to use is gravity to get the weight to stop. So get that as high as possible on the mark that you've got. When the weight at the bottom there stops, and it will be a perfectly straight line then, because gravity will make it stop. The thing now is about making sure that you use your what's classed as your strong eye. So if you're left-handed, it will be your left eye. If you're right-handed, it will be your right eye. So what you need to do is you need to close the other eye, and then that way then you use that eye to make little dots all the way down the string. When you get down so far, you can then use a nice long straight edge, like on a spirit level, to do a long straight line for you. So as I'm left-handed, I'll be using my left eye. You try not to move the string, and you just make little marks, going roughly about 1 metre. Once you've got those marks there, you've got them as your registration point. You put your spirit level up. Again, following your marks. And you should be able to draw all the way along those. And then you can now take that mark and go all the way down to the bottom there, so you've got a nice sharp line ready for you to hang your wallpaper to.